Be me. College campus NPC. No tragic backstory cutscene. No dramatic meet cute. Just a guy who forgot a pen like an idiot. Sit down in class, reach into bag. Realize pen is in the other bag. The bag I did not bring, because I am a genius. Scan the room for someone approachable. Spot groups laughing. Spot people with color in their wardrobe. Spot one person dressed like the concept of "do not speak to me." Black clothes, sharp posture, resting, I hate this timeline face. Sitting alone. Hesitate. Remind myself a pen is a pen. Lean slightly toward her. Hey, do you have a spare pen? She turns her head, very slowly, eyes lock on mine. Room suddenly feels quieter. That feeling when you can hear your own heartbeat buffering. Yeah. She reaches into her bag, hands me a pen. Thanks, appreciate it. She nods once, turns back to notebook. Interaction ends. Me. Cool, normal human moment. Also me 10 seconds later. Why is the guy in front of me staring like I just fed a wolf by hand? Class ends, phone buzzes. It's Mark. Mark, are you alive? Me. What? Mark. You talked to her. Me. I borrowed a pen. Mark. Bro! Find Mark by lockers. He looks genuinely stressed. You can't just talk to her, he whispers. Why not? She's terrifying, he says. Blink. She gave me a pen. Mark squints at me. That's worse, he says. She accepted you. Look down the hallway. She's walking away. Backpack slung over one shoulder. Doesn't look scary. Looks tired. What's her name? Mark looks at me like I just asked for the forbidden tome. Everyone calls her the scariest girl on campus, he says. I don't think she's ever corrected them. Nods slowly. Interesting. Next day. Mark follows me the entire day. Not subtly. He walks half a step behind me, scanning corners. If she shows up, he whispers, don't make eye contact. I already did. He winces. She's probably deciding how to deal with you, Mark mutters. You don't just survive first contact. Roll eyes. She gave me a pen, not a death threat. That's how it starts, he says darkly. Go to next class. Sit down. 2 seconds later, she sits in the seat next to me. Mark is about to sit there. Freezes like he stepped on a landmine. Slowly backs away. Sits 3 rows behind us. She opens notebook. Pauses. Looks at me. You forgot to give my pen back, she says. Oh, right. I hand it over. Sorry. She stares at it for a second. Then, you can keep it. Blink. You sure? Yes. Swear I hear Mark inhale too loudly behind us. Minute later, she leans slightly closer. If you lose it, she adds, I'll be annoyed. Fair, I say. I'll protect it with my life. She snorts, then immediately looks uncomfortable. That was not intentional, she says, me smiling. It was a good one. She clears throat, goes back to writing, pretends nothing happened. After class, she waits by the door. Hallway energy shifts. People start acting like she's a fire alarm with legs. She looks at me. You're not afraid of me, she says. No, I answer honestly. Should I be? She thinks. Most people are. Shrug. Most people didn't need a pen today. That earns a small, crooked smile. Mark rushes over the second she walks away. What did you do? He hisses. I talked. You charmed her. I borrowed stationery. Mark stares after her. She's scary, he says. Look same direction. She's adjusting her backpack strap, clearly trying not to trip on the stairs. She's awkward, I reply. Mark blinks. That's worse, he says. Awkward people are unpredictable. Pocket the pen. For some reason, don't give it back. Because the scariest person in the building suddenly doesn't seem scary, just misunderstood. Time passes. Somehow, sitting next to her becomes a habit. Me, take a seat. Her, takes seat next to me. Mark watches from a safe distance. Here we observe the idiot bonding with the apex predator. One day she speaks first. You're early, she says. Yeah, I reply. I like having time to mentally prepare for disappointment. She considers it. That's efficient, she says. Blink. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me all week. We start talking more. Short comments, observations, dry humor. She doesn't smile much. But when she does, it's sharp and sudden. At one point she says, You don't talk much. I do, I reply. Just not loudly. She nods. Good. Mark can't take it anymore. Corners me near vending machines. Okay, he says. Explain. Explain what? How you're alive, he clarifies. And why she hasn't emotionally destroyed you. Shrug. She hasn't tried. Right on cue, she walks past, pauses, looks at Mark. You're loud, she says, then keeps walking like she dropped a fact and left. Mark stares after her. She just insulted me. Correctly, I say. Later, we end up studying together, not officially, just sitting in the same space, open laptops, no pressure to talk. She suddenly frowns at screen. This makes no sense, she mutters. I lean over. Yeah, that part's wrong. She looks at me. You notice that too? Unfortunately. She nods. Good. Beat. You're useful. Mark walks in mid-study, sees us sitting close, sees shared screen. He slowly backs out. I'm not prepared for this, he whispers. I need answers. She packs up, glances at me. You're not like the others, she says. Is that good or bad? She thinks. Undecided. Then leaves. Mark turns to me, eyes wide. She hasn't decided if she likes you or not? I nod. That's fair. No, he corrects. She hasn't decided if she'll destroy you or not. Watch her walk away. Black clothes, intimidating posture. But now I know the truth. She's not scary. She's intense, honest, and terrible at small talk. And somehow, that makes her the easiest person to be around. Random hallway dude stops me, grinning. So, he says, man, respect. Respect for what? For surviving, he replies, nodding past me. Turn around. She's walking toward us. What are you talking about? He lowers his voice. You and her. Bold move. Blink. We're friends. He laughs. Sure. Walks away like he's proud of me. Stand there confused. Mark appears. You know people think you're dating, right? No, I say. Why would they think that? Mark gestures wildly. You sit together. You study together. She talks to you and only you. That's basically marriage in her culture. Later that day, sit next to her like usual. She opens notebook, pauses. People are acting strange, she says. Yeah, I reply. They think we're dating. She looks at me, blank, processing. That's inefficient. Nearly laugh. Do you want to correct them? She thinks, shrugs. No. Raise eyebrow. No. It keeps people away, she explains. Useful side effect. Mark overhears and nearly drops his bag. She's using you as a social deterrent, he whispers. That's powerful. Over the next few days, it gets worse. People stare, whisper, move out of her way faster. And somehow, also out of mine. One girl approaches me carefully. Is it true? She asks. Is what true? That she's nice to you. Glance at her sitting a few tables away, focused on laptop. Yeah, I say, she is. Girl nods solemnly. Wow. Walks off like she witnessed a rare animal. Mark starts narrating our lives. She's glaring at someone, he whispers. She just handed you a coffee, he adds. That's basically a proposal. She didn't murder you today, he finishes. Strong relationship. At one point she leans toward me. You're very calm, she says. I've accepted my fate. She almost smiles. As we pack up, she hesitates. Does it bother you? She asks. What people think. Shake head. No, does it bother you? She considers. Not really. Then adds, you're convenient to be around. Grin. I'll take that. Across the room, Mark watches with hands clasped, eyes shining. I'm witnessing history, he whispers, and possibly a curse. In the library, not studying, just existing near each other. Open books we stopped reading 30 minutes ago. Mark left earlier, said he didn't want to be present when something cursed happened. She closes laptop first, stretches. You don't ask questions, she says. About what? About me. Shrug. You answer when you want. You don't when you don't. She considers that. That's rare. Then she says suddenly, people think I'm scary. That's because you stare like you're judging their soul, I reply. She nods. Accurate, then quieter. I just don't know how to be lighter. Look at her. You don't have to be lighter, I say. You're fine as you are. She frowns slightly. That doesn't bother you? Shake head. No, I like calm and honesty. She looks at me for a long moment, then asks, not accusing, just curious. Why are you nice to me? Think about it. Because you've never pretended, I answer. And because you gave me a pen when I needed one. She blinks, twice. That was a small thing, she says. Yeah, I reply. Those usually are. She looks down at her hands, then back at me. You're different, she says. People either avoid me or try to impress me. And I'm neither. You're neither, she agrees. Outside the lights dim slightly. Closing time soon. She stands up, hesitates, then asks quietly, like it matters. Do you want to walk together? Yeah, I say. I do. She walks beside me, and for the first time it clicks. The rumors were wrong. She's not terrifying. She's someone who's never been given a reason to feel safe. And somehow, she's starting to feel safe with me. We're just walking, talking about nothing important. Weather? It gets late, she says casually, like she's commenting on the temperature. I live nearby. You can wait there before your bus. Sounds reasonable? Get to her place. It's minimal, clean, quiet, very her. She offers tea. I accept. We sit on the couch, opposite ends, cup in my hands. She looks at me for half a second. You're tense. I'm fine. She points at my hands with her eyes. You're holding the cup like it offended you. Look down. Realize I'm gripping it like it owes me money. Loosen grip. Okay, I admit. Maybe a little tense? She nods. You don't do impulsive things. That obvious? Yes. She looks at me. You don't see me the way others do, she says. I see what you show me, I reply. She tilts her head slightly. And what do I show you? Brain actually works for once. Think carefully. A person who's stronger than she thinks. She inhales sharply. Things get blurry after that. After that, we had a great time. I don't remember who leaned in first. I just remember realizing it was happening and not stopping it. Afterward, we sit in silence again. She finally speaks very calmly. Well, that escalated. I snort. Understatement of the year. She looks at me. You okay? I ask. She nods. Yes. Pause. Are you? I consider it, then smile. Yeah, I think so. When it's time to leave. She walks me to the door, pauses, voice quiet, serious. Tonight doesn't change who I am. I know, I say. It just means I know you better. She watches me go, and for once. I'm the one wondering what comes next. Wake up convinced I forgot something important. The oh God, what did I do feeling without the courtesy of caffeine. Then I remember and immediately wish I had coffee first. Get to campus. Mark spots me instantly, runs over like I'm a missing person poster, grabs my shoulders, stares at my face. You look the same, he says. No glowing eyes, no dark aura. Good morning to you too, I reply. He leans closer. So, did something happen? Shrug. Maybe. He freezes. Maybe? That feeling when you can hear his brain blue screen before Mark can interrogate me. She walks past, calm, except now I notice little details. She avoids eye contact for half a second longer than usual. Her lips twitch when she sees me. Mark sees it too. Jaw drops. Oh no, he whispers. Oh no, no, no. She stops, looks at Mark. You're loud again, she says. Mark straightens like he's been addressed by a principal. I'm just expressive. She turns to me. Did you sleep? Yes. Good. Then she walks away. Mark grabs my arm. She asked about your sleep. Yes. Oh. Later, she sits next to me again, like nothing happened. She looks at me for a moment. You're distracted. I glance at Mark, who is staring like he's trying to solve a crime. My friend won't stop staring, I reply. Mark immediately looks away. She hesitates. Very small. Are we okay? I meet her eyes. We are. She nods once. Relief flashes across her face. The scariest girl at college isn't a monster. She's just someone who let me in. 2 months later, she asked to talk. Not walk together, not study. Just talk. Alarm bells. Sit outside away from people. She's quiet. She says, I need to tell you something. I nod. Okay, brace myself for anything. Expulsion, secret identity, I am still wrong. She says, I'm pregnant. Brain disconnects. Okay, I say. Then the words catch up to the meaning. Wait, what? She watches me carefully. I ask, immediately realizing I'm an idiot. How? She raises an eyebrow. My soul leaves my body. I clear my throat. Sorry, ignore that. She stays calm. I'm not freaking out, she says. I just wanted you to know. I nod slowly, still processing. You're sure? She pulls out her phone, shows me a picture. That does it. Oh, I say quietly. That's real. Yes, she replies. Very. She asks, Are you okay? Take a breath, then another. I'm surprised, I admit, but I'm not angry. And I'm not leaving. Her shoulders relax. Later, I tell Mark, this is a mistake. Mark stares at me. What? I repeat it. Mark sits down, stands up, sits again. I knew it, he shouts. I told you she was dangerous. She's not dangerous, I say. She's pregnant. With your child, he yells, at maximum volume, in public, in daylight. Lower your voice. I refuse. He starts pacing, hands in hair. So what's the plan? He asks. I don't know yet. Mark nods. Good answer, terrible situation. But good answer. That night, lie awake longer than usual, thinking. None of this was planned, but somehow. The scariest part isn't the future. It's how calm I feel about facing it. News travels fast, especially the kind that's not supposed to travel at all. Don't know who says it first. Just know by noon, people stop whispering about us and start whispering around us. Someone drops a pen near her, apologizes. Someone else holds a door open. She looks deeply uncomfortable. As we walk, she mutters, This is inefficient. I glance at her. You say that a lot. Yes, she says, because people are inefficient. At lunch, Mark sits across from us. I just want to say, he begins, I will make an excellent uncle. She looks at him. You're loud. Mark beams. I know. Later, it's just the two of us. She slows down, steps smaller, more cautious. Then she says suddenly, quiet, You don't have to stay. I stop, turn to her. Why would you say that? She looks away. Because people leave when things get complicated. Take a breath, step closer. I'm not people, I say, and I don't leave. She nods. But I can tell she doesn't fully believe it yet. That evening, she sits beside me. Everyone's acting strange, she says. They're scared, I reply. Of me? Of change, I correct. And maybe a little of you. She almost smiles. Mark texts me later. Mark, she okay? Me, yeah, just processing. Mark, tell her I'm still terrified but supportive. As we walk home, she pauses. But thank you, she says. For what? For standing next to me, she replies. Even when it's awkward. Shrug. Awkward's kinda my thing. She looks at me, and I realize. Campus might still see her as the scariest girl around, but right now, she's just someone who doesn't want to face this alone. And I won't let her. We sit on a bench near campus. She leans back, eyes closed, sun on her face. For once, she doesn't look intimidating. She looks peaceful. People still stare, she says. They always will, I reply. You make an impression. She snorts quietly. That's one way to put it. Mark appears out of nowhere with 3 coffees. One for the future mom, he says, handing her a cup. Decaf, I learned. She studies him, then says, You're tolerable today. Mark gasps. I'll frame that. We talk about small things, classes, plans, nothing overwhelming, just life continuing. At one point she looks at me. You never asked me to change. I didn't need to, I reply. You're fine. She nods. I think so too. Mark stretches. Well, he announces, I'm officially declaring myself Uncle Mark. I accept gifts in advance. She rolls her eyes. I will consider it. Later, Mark finally leaves us alone. She reaches for my hand. Are you scared? She asks. I think about rumors, responsibility, the future coming fast. Yeah, I admit, but not of you. She smiles. Look at her. Girl everyone avoided. Girl everyone whispered about. Girl everyone called scary. They were wrong. She's strong, quiet, honest, and unexpectedly gentle. And somehow, all it took was asking for a pen. That feeling when the most life-changing thing you can do is forget stationery.